Hello, everyone. So today I wanted to talk about fear, and it says in Ephesians 6, verse 12, uh, we have a wrestling not against blood and flesh, but against the governments, against the authorities, against the world rulers of this darkness, against the wicked spirit forces in the heavenly places. So basically, when we come across people who are being difficult with us, um, we have an option to decide how we're going to behave towards them, yes? And, what we have to understand is that, we also are spirits in the sense that we do have an essence to us, yes? So, some people have a good vibration, high vibration, and some people have a lower vibration. And it's the people that have the lower vibration where the dark spirit forces are working to keep their vibration low. There's all sorts of activity involved, and basically it's largely negative, yes? And so this is why it's so important. I would say the number one rule is to keep your vibration high and remember that what happens to you, it's not personal. Think of it as a spiritual war going on in heaven, where the dark angels are being tossed to the earth, and they're amongst us. They're amongst us through other human beings. And this is why sometimes we can't understand why people behave the way they do, because it's so unkind. But this is the reason why, because they are under the influence of dark forces, whether they realize it or not. And so it's very important to keep uplifted, not be fearful. And I think this is the key, is that the whole point of all of this warfare is to bring fear upon humanity so that people are scared to do anything. And I can give you an example. There might be something that's recommended for us to partake in. And it might even go through the government, yes, that, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. As sovereign beings with a free will, we don't actually have to do anything because we own our bodies, yes? Nobody can say you have to put this into your body because we say so. Yes, that's extortion. Well, force, really. So, it's important to realize that we have a say in everything that happens, whether somebody advises us this way or that, and it's usually only advice. Even the word mandatory, when somebody says something is mandatory, you know what a mandate is? It's a strong suggestion, if you look it up in the dictionary, yes? So everything is, I would say questionable until you're sure that it's something that's going to work for you. So don't be afraid that if you don't do this or that something's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. And generally, when people make decisions out of fear, it can lead to their own destruction in some way, some adverse effect, or, something serious happening. And I can give again the example of medication. Sometimes people are advised to take certain medication. I think these days, it's quite well known that people do get side effects from medication. I mean, unless you're taking natural medicine, this is something else you have to watch out for, because you may be trying to cure an illness and then you get something else instead. So it's important to research what you're putting into your body. Look at the ingredients. If the ingredients aren't available, I wouldn't touch it, because you don't know what's in it. Yes. And legally, everything has to have a label on it to say what the ingredients are. And if you can't find the ingredients, then I would say there's something wrong. Yes. So don't be fearful in any situation. Always remember that, people who try to get one over on you, this is how dark spirit forces work. they will try to trick you. Yes, it's a bit like, Little Red Riding Hood, the fairy tale, where the grandma offers her an apple, and because she's an old lady, this is what Snow White sees. Sorry, Little Red Riding Hood. And she takes a bite of the apple. Yes, because we have this soft side of ourselves when we think about the elderly. But this is how manipulation works. That you will be presented with something that you find endearing or you have compassion for, and you're going to be snapped up before you realize it. Yes, a bit like the mouse traps, yeah, where they're given the cheese, and but they're going to get snapped with that metal bar if they come close to the cheese, and it's not something they think that they can get out of it, or they see. But this is how it is, yeah. So you have to think about sometimes the decisions that you make in your life. And I know sometimes, when something awful has happened to you, you think, how did this happen to me? I'm an intelligent person. This can happen to anybody, yes. And sometimes we don't find out until some way down the line, because we are very nice people. We don't think the worst of others. And this is what people rely on. They rely on the fact that they can get in, yes, act all nice and sweet for a while. And then as soon as they know they got us, they change. So I think at that point, when you see the change, that's the time to get out, because if you continue, what they've done is it's a psychological game. They've tricked you thinking, oh, I'm a nice person, yes, so that when you try to move away from them, this is what you're going to remember. But they have been nice to me, but it wasn't genuine. Yes, they're not going to tell you it wasn't genuine. People who are genuinely nice to you don't change on you. Yes, they respect your opinions, whether they agree with you or not. Yes, so it doesn't mean that because you haven't been, encouraged to stand up for yourself or have your way in your own life, that it's okay for somebody else to do that, because it's not. So, you don't have to be afraid, or if I don't do this, if I don't do that. And I think this is the beauty of actually coming away from a situation that didn't work out, is because next time you're going to be on alert, right? You're going to be watching to see, is everything all right? And, don't put up with any nonsense at all. I would say as soon as you see something that doesn't look right, go, run. Yes. And, this is actually when people who haven't been genuine lose out, because if they try to change their behavior on you when they're trying to trick you and you don't fall for it, then that was all wasted effort on their part. Yes. So yes, people generally, this is how people are taken in. Yes, nobody's going to be looking like the devil when they come to you. Yes, and they say, Satan is a beautiful angel. So you can't be tricked by people's looks. You really have to control yourself. You really have to be in charge of your life. And just that simple thing of how people, they look, it's how they're born. Yes, depending on who their parents were, where they were born, the features they have are of their parents. Yes, nobody has any control over how they're going to look. So you think of it in that way. It's not like the prettiest people are the nicest. Usually, people who know that they're good looking are quite rotten. Yes, so you can't go on people's looks. You must go on people's behavior. And if you feel something's not right, that's your intuition telling you, you need to get out of there. And it's okay to walk away. Yes? Because if somebody's your friend, they will accept that. All right? Have a lovely day. Please comment. Thanks. Bye.